have it, not where I'd want you to see me.
Come see me then.
He doesn't permit her making calls out.
Come to our store.
I don't want what I can't have, Mr. Starr.
All right.
If I did come, I'd buy an axe, a hammer, and a saw.
All fully stocked. And we never ask the purpose of a customer's purchase.
Is that an inside joke I'm missing? I'd buy an axe, a hammer, and a saw.
Our mayor.
He's getting a hand job in the back.
Oh, mayor!
Well, I know he's the mayor for the sake of appearances, but why would you want a guy like that being the mayor?
All right.
Oh my God, he's losing his shit.
Turn your head away, Reverend. Being sick ain't nothing to be ashamed of.
I smell my flesh rotting.
It isn't rotting, Reverend. Your flesh does not smell. You've not died. You're having organic changes in your mind that's making you believe these things.
This is God's purpose. The not knowing the purpose is my portion of suffering.
And is there any pain competing with the not knowing?
I'm not in pain.
And you want to continue like this?
As long as he wills, this must be my part.
Oh my God.
To be afraid as well.
Well, if this is his will, Reverend.
He thinks his sickness is God's
He is
will?
a son of a bitch.
Yeah, what the fuck? There's no way this guy could survive.
How's that meeting?
All right. Been organizing for annexation till Eddie cracked his fucking mouth.
What it turned to then?
Since we arrived, certain people that are near and dear to me seem to have bought into our own fucking line, and now they're trying to get me to go along. But I can't. See, Johnny? Because I'm a big boy. Now I'm ready for Eddie and me to have a little chat.
I did look around for places, Si.
Good, I wanted you to.
Is he gonna start shit with Eddie?
Eddie Sawyer.
Can we keep this short?
Sure, Eddie. Let me find you a 12-year-old farm boy to have some fun with. That's short enough for you?
I never did that, and you know it.
All this crap about what is and isn't natural. Whatever does it for a fellas, what does it? Ain't that right?
I never did that.
Take that boy you spoke up for up in Joni's room the other day.
I spoke up for not torturing that boy.
For what you spoke for and what you would have wanted to do if it was just you and that corn-fed in that room alone is what I'm inquiring about the difference between. 17 fucking years, and I never saw a look on your face like I saw up there in that room the other day, including when I had to smack some girl around.
I was never in a room with you before where you was gonna kill somebody.
Now, I do not make judgments. I gave that up a long time ago. All I want is for us to get along better, Eddie, so every time you open your mouth in public, I don't have to worry about what the fuck's gonna come out. So let me get you some fucking kid to fuck in the ass of the mouth or suck his prick, or let him fuck you.
Fuck you, sorry. Fuck you.
Now, that's where I draw the line. Friend or no friend, or us want to get along better or not. I want you to go up into Joni's room, which I gather she don't want to go into no more. I want you to go up there and think this thing through. Imagine yourself up there with that boy, and like you were the other day, only this time it's just him and you. You finish your shift, and you go up there to Joni's room, you think things through. All right, Eddie Sawyer? Do we understand each other?
Why don't you volunteer for something that meeting? Why didn't you put your hand up? It would have kept you from being such an evil cocksucker.
But he is an evil dude. There's a weird transition, almost identical positions, and they're both drinking. Look how fucked up she is.
I'm getting out. Bye and good luck. Wait on it until you ain't exhausted. Jane, maybe you'll change your mind.
Direction of this entire camp makes me sick. And it bores the living shit out of me.
Well, working hours like you've been working get anyone out of sorts. And you helped a lot of people.
I will not be a drunk where he's buried. And I cannot stay fucking sober. So you and every human being on Earth, past, present, and future, can drink mayor's piss.
Believe I'll just have well water.
Shut up, Charlie.
All right.
She can't be done with. She's just drunk. Maybe she'll go for a couple episodes.
If the subject comes up, explain to Bill. Do not fucking worry about me. And inform Hostetler at the fucking livery you saved his fucking life.
All right.
And do not worry about getting paid back. Check the mail, Charlie, and you will find soon proper payment.
All right, Jane.
Check with Utter Mail and Charlie Frank.
All right.
Is she gonna keep yelling? Oh, I wanted her to keep yelling the whole way.
I hope you've earned me $5.
No.
She says to come ahead, but to knock always the little ones asleep.
Is he gonna mention the letter from Wild Bill?
Thank you, sir.
Now, is he gonna cheat on his wife? The whole time I had no idea he had a wife and kid. Now I don't want him to hook up with the rich chick.
Alsworth seemed very competent and trustworthy. He suggested that until the extent of the quartz deposits could be proved, he could prospect the creek on my claim each week to keep my title active.
How'd that plan sound to you?
I feel it's exactly the way to proceed.
All right, then. Would it improve your opinion of me if I told you I was commissioner of the Board of Health?
How wonderful. I suppose.
It's to put the camp's best foot forward. As far as being taken into the territory, a number of men took positions.
I see.
Farnham's mayor.
How horrifying.
Yeah, what the hell?
I wrote to my wife today.
Did you?
About her and my boy coming to camp.
You have a son as well?
They're in Michigan with her people.
Any other sons or daughters?
No, that's it.
So no one knew. Or did we know? I feel like we never knew this. I didn't know this.
My brother was in the cavalry. He was killed 2 years ago.
I'm sorry.
Anyways.
Clearly they have an attraction to each other.
Good night, Mrs. Garrett.
So awkward.
You spoke of your brother?
My wife was his widow. My boy's their child.
I see.
Good night.
Wait, so is it an arrangement? Or is he in love with his brother's wife? But it's not his kid? That's a whopper to drop on somebody. I had the whole episode to process. She just got it. She's thinking he's there to like kiss her. And he's like, I have a wife and kid coming. Oh, and by the way, it's my dead brother's wife and kid. But I'm married to her now. We were told towards the beginning of the episode that he was married. I feel like I would have remembered that. That has never been said before. I have constantly been saying that him and the rich woman are going to get together. Not once did I even think he'd be married. No one's mentioned a wife. He's not mentioned a wife. They've made references. I'm almost positive Saul has made references to Bullock like, oh, you should go for that girl or something like that. I don't get it. Then at the end there, he walks inside. It looks like they're having a connection. She shuts the door. He sits down. They're like right next to each other's faces. It looks like they're going to kiss or something. And then he tells her, oh yeah, by the way, my wife and kid are coming and my brother died. And it's actually my brother's wife and his kid, but now I'm married to her. Is that like an arrangement to protect her because it was rough back then? So he basically like took on the role of the father in honor of his brother. But is he really hooking up with the wife, or is he in love with the wife, or is it just an arrangement? But then he wouldn't have said what he said to her, and he would have been like, don't worry about it though, it's just is what it is, but like we're not in love or anything, and he would have made out with the rich girl. Very confusing now. They made an agreement with the Sioux Indians where if you establish someplace, then you get to keep the land, but they have a contract that says they own that land. But if they prove that Deadwood has been there and up and running, that they could keep it, that's basically what I'm getting summed up. So they basically have to prove that Deadwood is a place that has been up and running as a society with mayors and stuff like that. Why would they let Farnham be the mayor though? If you have people visit and you got Farnham being the one to appear as the mayor, something don't look right. People are going to be like, no fucking way did you guys hire this man as mayor. Like even the reporter guy who was drunk was saying that it was absurd. Also, the reporter guy, I feel like he is secretly turning into an alcoholic. Many times we've seen him and people are like, where were you? And he's like, I was at the blah, blah, blah. At least 2 or 3 times that happened. And all those times he looked like he was like hiding the fact he was drunk. And he's also been drinking a lot more. Way back when said at the bar, I haven't had a shot in forever. And it looked like it immediately turned him back into like a drunk. I'm not sure of that. My guess is he was like a recovering alcoholic and went right back into it. Calamity Jane has dove deep back into the bottle, so much so that she's like, I cannot be sober and I don't want to upset the spirit of Bill, so she's leaving. Is she going to be gone long? I doubt it. She probably will be back the next episode or before the season ends. Charlie opened up his own business. Swearinger literally said, I should have thought of that first. So Charlie must have a good niche that he jumped in on. And he clearly has a thing for Joni, which is probably going to run into a problem with Powers Booth. Cy flipped out on Eddie, who seemed to be his best friend's set of 17 years. He's making comments that he's likes little boys and stuff like that. But Eddie was like, that ain't true and you know it. Is it true? And Eddie's just like, don't say that in public kind of thing. Or is Cy just being like a dick to his friend? Basically bosses everyone around, really hate Powers Booth. Swearinger at least is comedic and does seem to care about some of the people. Even though he's evil and he'll do fucked up shit, he's not nearly as bad as Powers Booth. Powers Booth like literally wailed on those children, just like Eddie was like, dude, you didn't have to do it like that. You want to kill them, that's one thing. It's still not right, but like don't torture them and the whole way it was done, I don't even think they wanted him to kill them. Like he's just very brutal. And he's like, that's how you gotta be. And I get it, but you don't have to be that brutal. You're scaring everybody, even your best friends. And maybe he's looking at it like the Godfather type thing. Like it's better that they fear you than defy you. But like, oh my God, so much is going on. He promoted Johnny to Persimmon Phil's job. They had the meeting. They all got appointed positions. Bullock didn't want to be sheriff, so he immediately volunteered for the health guy. And they never even hired a sheriff, which is odd in itself. Bullock should have been sheriff. I know he doesn't want to be involved, but like, why not appoint yourself to a position where you have some power and control? He's basically saying he wants to ride under the radar, but like, why? You're already in this shit. Like, even if you're not a position of power, it's all just a title. They're going to come to you for help whenever shit hits the fan. So he might as well be a position of power. I know it's going to come up in the comments whether I say this or not. In the beginning, I do realize I was saying Schillinger instead of Swearinger. Schillinger is a restaurant down at my shore house, and I accidentally was saying Schillinger. I know it's not Schillinger, it's Swearinger. So people are going to comment anyway, but I just thought I'd throw that in there to let you guys know I'm aware I was saying it. We got the preacher who is basically dying, telling the doc, hey, this is God's will. There is no way this man is going to survive. He's smelling rotting flesh. He's losing his mind. He's having seizures every other day. The whole thing is just insane. But I'm talking a lot because there's a lot going on in the show. But I'm just going to end it there, guys. Anything I missed, write in the comments below. We'll talk. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.